Huskers wrapped up their Wednesday practice here as they get ready for their trip out to Colorado on Friday. Hi, Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com. And for Nebraska's offensive coordinator, Troy Walters, going out to Boulder brings back a lot of special memories as Walters served as an assistant coach there for a number of years.
Yeah, a lot of memories. 2 kids born in Boulder. So Colorado it's a special place, special atmosphere. Folsom Field, the crowd, Ralphie running. I mean, it's special. So I told our guys to embrace it. They don't like red there. That's one thing. When I coached there, you couldn't wear anything red. Great rivalry, and I told our guys to embrace it all, man, because it's going to be a great atmosphere, and I know there's going to be a lot of red in the stadium, and so it's just Fox TV, national TV. It doesn't get any better than this. I kidded with our players, man. This is the type of game I dreamt of when I was a player. It doesn't get any bigger, any better, and the guys had a good week of practice, so they should be confident, and we're confident as a staff that we're going to go out there and do a lot better than we did last week.
As for the offense this week, a lot of talk about Adrian Martinez and just the rough week 1 he had against South Alabama. How has he responded?
Been great, yeah. I suspect that it'd be just like he was last year after our first game and when he had to come back and suffered that interception and whatnot. Yeah, he's fine. He's ready to go.
Yeah, last week was just average. This week, much better. Much better. The guys came out Monday with a great attitude. We put South Alabama in the past. Came out Monday focused. Tuesdays, a longer practice in pads outside. The guys pushed through that, had great detail, and then today was even better. So the guys should have confidence going into Boulder, hostile environment, a good football team. They should be a lot more confident based on our practices this week.
And as Verduzco said, if there's one thing you can take out of this is, hey, Nebraska played nowhere near their best, but they still won the football game.
I guess we're getting back to, hopefully, to what Nebraska used to be like, when you win a game and you feel like you freaking lost because I about damn near committed suicide, Saturday night. So, it just was not good. It's not acceptable, either for you guys or the fans at Nebraska, for our quarterback and myself to perform that way. It's just not good.
From your
now, I had 24 hours to mourn, and get pissed at myself and all that. So my 24 hours are over. So now it's on to Colorado and let's go. But I certainly want to make sure I answer your guys' questions because I know they're important.
Snap issues were another problem the Huskers dealt with, and that's something I think they've really addressed in practice.
Yeah, it's reps. Yeah. There's a kid that didn't get a whole bunch of reps as he nursed the injury throughout fall camp, and those things showed up on Saturday. So continue to giving him reps and full speed reps and mechanics of snapping and etc. And also he's a freshman, so that played a little bit of a part into the game on Saturday. But certainly those are not excuses. We got to get the job done.
How have the snaps been this week?
Great, awesome.
Anything?
Yeah, they haven't been
way off target.
Yeah, there's been 1 or 2, but nothing like happened Saturday.
When he picked the one up that was way back.
Yes, he should have burned that.
And if anything, Austin can relate to what guys like Cam Jurgens and Will Farniak were going through last Saturday, as Austin was one of only a few true freshmen ever in Cornhusker history at his time to ever see the field on the offensive line.
Yeah, that was half of the battle. It was just getting him and Trent, that was making his first start, for that matter. Just getting those guys calmed down, and letting them take it one play at a time, one drive at a time, understanding what their job is. Above and beyond the X and O's and techniques, they have to make sure that they're staying a blue head, what we call blue head. There's 2 heads that you can have within a game. There's a red head and a blue head. And we know red head guys, they spaz out and they, kind of get overwhelmed by the situation, especially with their first start. And that's what we were trying to continue to do, is keep those guys in that blue head mentality.
Another thing that should give this Husker offense a lift this week is Maurice Washington moving back into more of a full-time starting role, as last week he sat out the first half and only played 15 snaps in the second.
Yeah, I thought he went out there and played well. What did he have? A few carries and 38, 40 yards. I mean, did a good job of pressing and being able to make some good cuts. Obviously, he gives us a really good weapon offensively. And, the decision was made. We move forward and be ready. He'll be ready to go this Saturday.
He's dynamic. He's explosive. He gets the ball in his hands. He can make plays. And so we need him. We need him. And with him, it adds more depth to the running back position. And, Mills had a good game. Wandell, Brody will play some running back. Wyatt, and then Ronald Tompkins is recovering. Ramir. So we've got some depth, but anytime you get 28 back there, he can make plays with the ball in his hands. So it was good to have him in the second half, and his workload will increase as we go forward.
And then finally, for a lot of players and coaches, going back to Boulder brings back some memories. For Greg Austin, he relived the famous 2005 Restore the Order game.
The one that sticks out was the Restore the Order trip with Bill Callahan, and we came out on top in that game, and it was fun. It's always fun to win, but I remember getting an orange to my head. I got hit with an orange. I think they got at least one crowd penalty on the team. The referees cleared the student section. Cleared the student section. It's pretty crazy, huh?
Was it the frozen one?
I don't know if it was frozen or not. I know. Well, no, the orange was not frozen, but certainly I was like, holy crap, they're throwing oranges on the field. It was, but no, it was, certainly the rivalry is there, and all the things that come along with the bad blood of this rivalry is there. And I think Bill Moose wants to bring all these former Big 12 opponents back to our non-conference. And I think we have Oklahoma coming up here next year or the year after or whatever. So pretty excited about, particularly this rivalry because this is, as a Husker, an old Husker in the Big 12 that played in the Big 12, this was the last game. This was the Thanksgiving game. This was the Friday after Thanksgiving. And, you were amped up for this game no matter what the records were.
Huskers will have a walkthrough practice still here on Thursday and another practice on Friday before departing to Boulder. With the Huskers here in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.